Well, news just coming in. As per sources, we are learning that the centre has now reviewed the security of the AIMIM MP Asaduddin Owaisi and has provided him with Z category security of CRPF with immediate effect. Now, this of course comes in the backdrop of an attack that was mounted. The police believe that this was a pre-planned attack. Both the accused had attended Owaisi's meet in Meerut. Thereafter, they'd followed him, and CCTV cameras seem to suggest that both the accused were chasing Owaisi for the past several days. Now, both accused had attended his meetings. What we are learning is that after this, of course, an arrest has been made. But apart from that, there have been questions as to why Owaisi hasn't been granted security. But now what we are learning is that his security has been reviewed and he will be getting Z category security. Let me go across to Madhurima, who's been tracking the story. Madhurima, there were questions being raised as to why the MP's security had been compromised. So the government over there stepping in now? All right, I don't think we've got Madhurima on the phone yet with us, but as we've been talking about, we are now understanding the government has reviewed the security of the AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi. He will be given Z category security. Now, this comes after there was an attack on his life yesterday. Though he has escaped unharmed, this has of course raised questions over the MP's security. What we are learning now is of course that even as the police is investigating and people have been arrested in this particular case, what is also coming to the fore is the fact that this seems to be a pre-planned conspiracy. What the police have been saying so far, of course, is that these people who attacked him had been following him for several days and thereafter had mounted that attack on his convoy. Let me go across to Madhurima. Madhurima, we are now learning that his security detail has been enhanced. In fact, that he has been given Z category security. Give us more details, please.
Well, yes, Nupur, after the attack that happened yesterday, and it was of a very serious nature, this particular step has been taken by the government to increase the security of Asaduddin Owaisi. The government has been pressing on the fact ever since yesterday. We've heard multiple spokespersons coming out and asserting the fact that, yes, those all who are attempting to create unrest in the poll-bound state by, carrying out such attacks will be held accountable, and which is why to make sure that Mr. Owaisi is safe and sound in the future campaigns, and as we know that this will go on till March of 10, the entire hoopla around the elections, and which is why he would be needing the security as well. And we've seen that how initially, a couple of months later as well, his residence from where I'm reporting was also attacked, and following which a couple of months now that this kind of a serious attack that happened yesterday on Mr. Owaisi, keeping that in mind, his security detail has been upgraded to Z plus of CRPF men who will be guarding Mr. Owaisi from hence now. Now what we have learned right now is that this attack was pre-planned. All these men were following Owaisi for quite some time. They were listening to all his speeches, and according to the police officials, these accused were really perturbed by the content of Mr. Owaisi's speech. They alleged that whatever the content of Mr. Owaisi's speech was, it was hurting their religious sentiments, and which is why they planned out to carry such attack. According to officials, we also know that they were in the public meeting in Meerut as well, and which is why all the CCTV footage is also being scanned diligently by the officials to
stay
make
with us,
note
Madhurima,
of the fact that...
Madhurima, stay with us. Mr. Waris Pathan on the phone line with us. Mr. Pathan, good morning. Thank you for speaking to us. Mr. Owaisi's security, of course, has now been enhanced by the centre. We are told that he will be given Z category security. Your reactions?
Well, it is a responsibility that government is campaigning and central government, as he is not only the member of parliament but a leader of a political party whose candidates are contesting in the UP elections. And whatever happened yesterday was an incident which is deplorable, it's condemnable. And when this happened, earlier also, just 2 months back, his home was attacked in Delhi.
Yes.
His home was attacked when some miscreants came there. They threw stones. They threw stones on his and they broke his number plate, name plate also. And now also he's campaigning in Uttar Pradesh. Although he said, I don't want a security, but we demanded Z plus security provided to him. And so that this kind of incidents don't happen or don't again. So let us see what happens now. Because I'm just learning through your channel that he's been provided with a Z plus, Z category security.
Right. Now, Mr.
The government
Pathan,
should have provided him very earlier, yeah.
now, Mr. Pathan, as you're pointing out, you think that this security should have been provided earlier. But we've also heard, some reactions coming in from BJP leaders who seem to suggest that this is someone who's trying to create trouble before elections in Uttar Pradesh. Your comments on that?
Well, if you go to see, yesterday the police arrested the two assailants who attacked Owaisi Sahab. And both of them are supposed to be belonging to the BJP. Their photographs are also viral on the internet and this is mobile and everywhere, on social media. So they belong to a particular party. Now it is for the police, the state government, the central government, and also the election commissioner who is running the elections in UP to have an independent probe into the entire incident. It is also to be probed that who is the main brain behind this assailants, and these rowdies who came there and attacked Owaisi. What is their mental, what is the psychology? Who have radicalized them? Which school do they come from? What was their intention? And the entire thing should be probed by the agencies, including the election commissioner, and prompt and immediate steps should be taken to ensure and see that such kind of incidents don't happen. This is a leader who is the voice of the voiceless, who is the voice of the OBCs, the Dalits, the backwards, the Muslims, who had gone there to campaign. And while returning, a pre-planned conspiracy was hatched to see that he is shot, he is killed. Now, this has to be inquired thoroughly. Who are the conspirators behind? It was not all of a sudden, on the spur of the moment, somebody came and shot. They planned, they waited, and what I could see is they did the recce, and everything was planned. So if this kind of planning was going on, this is very deplorable and it has to be condemned. This is a cowardly act. This is an act of the democracy. In a democracy, we are entitled to contest, we are entitled to campaign as per the guideline issued by the election commissioner. And see, this, he is going everywhere in the country, where thousands of people are gathering around him. In his rallies, people come in thousands. So adequate security must be provided, and the government will ensure the security of leaders. It's a senior leader like him, madam. If a senior leader like him is not safe in the country, what about people like us, people like me, when I am going everywhere and canvassing for the elections for our candidates? What would be the guarantee that our life is secure and safe?
Right.
And these people, the BJP say crime-free UP. And what we have seen yesterday is not crime-free at all.